All right, it's Joe Giorlando, Yu-Gi-Oh! History on the JNC channel. I just top 8'd, I guess first place at the regional in Springfield, Massachusetts. It's the last weekend of Triple Arise Heart. Figured we'd get a deck profile in before the new format. But it's super generic. It's very similar to the list I actually played in Philadelphia. So you have 3 Fenrir, 3 Unicorn, and I played 2 Rise Heart. I was always afraid of the mirror match banishing this face down. It's one of those cards that also helps play through hand traps. It's probably a card that'll be in 2 or 3 in the new version of Kashtira anyway. And then 1 copy of Scareclaw. I cut Ogre. I actually did play Ogre last weekend and I didn't miss it. For hand traps, I played 3 Nid, 3 Ash, and 3 Shifter. The only difference relative to last week is last week I played Rollover Shifter, and this week I just decided to go with Shifter. I decided, although the mirror match is going to be prevalent, this card just shuts down too many matchups. I don't really like Droll all that much. For the spells, 3 Book of Moon, absolute best card in this deck. I played 3 Enemy Controller last week, and I also played 3 Enemy Controller this week. This card was huge. I played against Polly in the last round, and literally 1 single Enemy Controller basically soloed game 1. It can be that powerful. And then the rest is pretty generic. 3 Pot, 3 Theosis, 3 Birth, 3 Field Spell. I played 2 Talents and 1 Terraforming, basically just for space purposes. You could play maybe the 3rd Talents over the Rise Heart, but I just really like having the 2nd Rise Heart. I feel like some of the games go long enough where you really want it. And hard drawing, it can actually be pretty good. And then obviously the 1 Big Bang. No Imperm, no preparations, no Ogre. 40 cards clean in the main. For the side deck, that is where I did have Droll and Lockburn for primarily just a super heavy Samurai matchup. It's really the only matchup I sided in against. You kind of need it. 3 Ghost spells. Obviously, it's good against Mathmech and it's good against Brandon. I actually played against Tier Elements round 1 and sided it in, and they actually didn't chain block correctly, so I actually was able to hit a Havness or one of their Tier Element effects. So it came in clutch there. 3 Lightning Storms, 3 Power Filters. I actually played this last week. I was one that actually told Charlie about this, who ended up actually getting into the top 64 with it. I played against 1 super heavy Samurai deck, played this in game 2, and then he had the Sage card, which is one of the main outs to this. So unfortunately, although I did open it, it didn't end up winning me the game. Then I played 3 D-Barrier. It's just a card that sometimes, if your opponent makes you go first in the Cash Mirror, it's not the worst card ever to have in your deck, so it kind of hedges against maybe having to go first. And then against some of your rough matchups, I don't really like playing against Branded. There are some matchups where that's pretty good. And then the side deck, or the extra deck really quick, 3 Arise Heart, 2 Shang, double Zeus. Last week I played 2 Big Eye. This week I played a Dracossack and a Big Eye just because of this region. I was expecting more Floodgate type decks. I did play against a Runic Stun deck. He never skill drained me, but it was there as a potential card. One last time with Diabolos, Stark Arm, which is necessary. I did play Baron. You know, you have the Ghost Spell, plus you have the Ash. And then Donner, which never came up this weekend, came up actually a lot last weekend. And then 2 of just the Pot of Prosperity targets.
Awesome.
But that is my deck.
Any shout-outs?
Yeah, of course, JNC, Dragon Inc., of course, our sponsor. Shout out to Jose, who's recording this, who also top 4 at the regional. Just basically everybody on JNC. Looking forward to the new format.
Let's go. Where can we see you next?
Nationals. Yeah, Nationals. Not the regional Providence next weekend. I have a wedding, but Nationals.
All right. See you guys.